Greetings and welcome to episode 135 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod USA campaign. And the first thing I must do, my friends, is apologise for the lack of videos of late. As you can probably tell from my voice, I've had a little bit of an infection in both the chest and the throat, so it really has laid me low for about a week or so. I really do apologise, my friends, but as you can probably imagine, my voice as of yesterday was almost completely gone, but it's sort of started to come back. So if you excuse any sort of cracks, breaks, anything like that during the video, I really do apologise for that, and also the lack of videos of late. But the advice that's been coming in since has been absolutely wonderful. Now the first thing we must do is promotions and generals who have requested to be put into different positions upon the campaign here. Now the very first one here, as you can see, is a general, literally Napoleon himself, and that is the army. Now he's requested to be moved, promoted into an army, take command of an army that's going to be sallying forth, operating upon the Russian front for revenge for previous ills that the Russians have bestowed upon him. So we are going to definitely do that. We take the fight to the Russians. We are not going to back down. We've actually committed a huge amount of our forces here, at least two army groups, maybe even three. Here we have General Noah Chroma here, who's the commander of this particular army group, moving in, heading for Lithuania. We have also got another army group here, stationed ready, which is currently still replenishing from previous battles, as you can see here, but in good strength, in good heart as well. But these armies really here are the absolute apogee of what we've got on the eastern front here. But we are going to have to commit substantially more forces to this front here. I'm a little bit concerned here that Gdansk is open here. We might put this army in here just as of the moment. We've got this army here as well, which I think, although Warsaw is fine here. What's the army in here now? This army, I think we'll leave this army in here. We'll actually send this force as well of General Abraham Lincoln to join, and I think we'll set them here, the army, General Lincoln here, as sort of the bridging army between these two army groups here. This army group and this army group will become a very powerful strike force. Now, of course, we don't have the strength here in depth. We can probably take Vilnius here, or at least fight into Vilnius, and then we could probably hold that particular city for a while we regroup and replenish. But we've got to be careful we're not going to be outflanked here by any Russian and indeed German forces in Minsk. St. Petersburg is still a massive city here, but we have to blockade this port here. It has been called upon to blockade the port, which we are going to do. Gentlemen, please. Thank you. Got to keep these, or try and prevent these. Also here we must prevent this from moving out as well. Finland, we're not quite sure what's in Finland here, but that's ours here. Now this port here, Parnu, must also be probably, mind you, we've sealed off these here. We just got to be careful what we're doing here. We don't leave ourselves too exposed. You don't have any naval cover here apart from this fleet here, which is incredibly powerful, which is guarding the English Channel here and raiding the English Channel indeed. We might have to put some more ships into production, I think. We do have, I don't believe there's anything in here at all that can do any harm, but we need these ships to be moved into the trade node once we've rid ourselves of our foes in the trade nodes, which we still have to do. In fact, we'll send these gentlemen up to here, this fleet here, see if we can just take the fight. 69,000, would you look at that. So again, we're building up our reserves, our forces to move against them here. This operation here towards the Balkans is just about to kick off here. We've also landed a substantial force here in the Balkans itself to try and strike here and try and wrap around here, almost have a hammer and anvil sort of situation here where we can use these forces, take Bosnia, take Serbia, and then sort of hem in these forces here into this sort of giant pocket, this super canai as it were, using these forces here to barrel down upon them. Now I do believe we've got, actually let's get this repaired. Got this German force here which we must remove. We must remove this German force here.
Yes.
Now, where are the Marines? So we do have the Marines moving into position, I believe. Oh, look at that. So the Marines here are going to kick off the fight, but they have started to build in quite a number of forces here. The Germans, they're ready to defend here. They're not going to give up this territory without a fight. There's only one bridge in and out here, so we definitely have to fight our way over the bridge here. That's the real problem we've got. We can move along here, but there's no way to cross. This is the bridge. This is the link into the Balkans, or to Hungary, Transylvania. We've also got Venice to fight. Look at the size of Venice, even though it's losing a lot of money here because we have blockaded it. They've also cut off from most of their supplies. I'm not sure if they've got a Spain trade. Yeah, they've got Venice, so luckily they've still got Spain they're able to trade with directly. So they're getting some income, but as you can see, it's starting to affect them greatly now. But Munich, what a battle that was last. Also, my friends, we've got to move additional forces. We do have an additional here, General Garrett Birch. Now, General Birch is actually put forward quite a daring plan. We actually launch a preemptive strike against Spain. I know that even the general himself said that it is quite a task, quite an ask for us to be able to move into Spain, because look at Spain, it is just so well defended here. It really does have formidable forces, probably the toughest forces we'll face for a very, very long time. I mean, look at this, absolutely packed to the rafters with elite troops. Look at that. So we are, there's a possibility if we move, especially if we move against Amsterdam, we don't know what's in Paris. So for that end, and many of the councils have been calling for us to increase our spy presence. So we will be doing that. We've set up a specific spy centre, but we need to know what else they've got in depth here. It doesn't look like they've got anything else in depth here. Now that is perplexing. But then again, they've got all of these down here. All of Spain still open. Look at all this down here. They've got Portugal, which is absolutely filled to the rafters with armies. They've even controlled the northern part of Italy still, so can't underestimate them. These forces here wouldn't simply ride roughshod over these. It just wouldn't happen. We're going to have to significantly increase our presence along the border here, but before we do that, we have to take Munich. It really is that vital. Now, that battle for Munich was a brute. It really was. And they're actually getting Berlin Academy here, almost done. But again, we're going to have to fight our way into it as well. But now, the primary response and really advice from the council was we didn't have enough guns to basically break into Munich proper. With the guns we had just weren't enough. We broke into the fences, but ultimately the guns just didn't have that firepower to support those armies moving in. So it really is going to be absolutely crucial here. We combine, so in other words, take the horses out of here and combine them and bring in as many guns as we possibly can into one army. The army that's going to essentially assault the fort. I think we'll have this. Mind you, this army here is in really good stead here. I think what we'll do is take these guns, these out. We're going to have to just bring in some additional guns here. We'll also take out, I think we'll take the long riflemen out here. I know the long riflemen are fantastic fighters, but when it comes to a siege battle and basically just grounding down here, I think we're just going to have to empty these out here. And just throw. I know we don't have any. Do we have any? We don't have any. We don't have any artillery, foot artillery, which is a shame, but we've got space for 2 more. We just got to bring the guns to bear this time. We're going to have 1 more. We're going to strip out all the armies of all their... Oh, look at that. That army there had plenty there, but still. Done what we can here. We shall not waste any of these troops at all. But ultimately we'd have to retrofit some of these armies.
Yes. Make ready. Mark. Make ready. Not possible.
But we're gonna have to blast our way into here.
Ready and awaiting orders. Sir. Sir.
Look at that.
We can't do that.
We will be striking a next turn. I think we've pretty much got all ourselves up to where we need to be here. Why are these not at full strength here, sir? And indeed, why are these not at full strength? We need a general in here as well. And here as well. Look at this. If we're going to be facing the Spanish, we need to have these at full strength. What is going on here? We've got 69,000 coming in. We can't. Also, there's a request for us to reinforce Hanover and indeed Copenhagen as well, which we're going to have to do. We've got the trade's coming in, but it's not what it was. We are still under pressure trade-wise. Also have to move into the Balkans here. We've got, as you can see here, we just don't have, what do they have here in Transylvania? Nothing at all. It looks like they've stripped everything out here. Indeed they have. We're going to move against Munich is going to be our next, unless they drain Munich entirely, or something happens here with Venice and the Venetians become involved, in which case we will stand tall. This army's thankfully not in too bad shape here at all. There's the heavy horse artillery we need, but we've only got one here, so we've pretty much packed everything. You look at that, that is an absolutely wonderful firepower there. Which the council requests us to do so. We've blockaded this here. We've got France up here. There's, also we mustn't forget at all to take on the Mamelukes. That must be done. It's been a call for us to rid ourselves of the Mamelukes here as well. Why aren't we these replenished either? Just in case, as you can see here, this trade route's been hit here by this force here. We're actually okay, why aren't these being replenished? We have to deal with the Mamelukes as quickly as possible so we can free up this force here. We can deal with that if needs be. It's Greece. I think we can end this turn here, my friends, and see what comes out of the woodwork. But we are trying to reposition our forces now. We've got these forces sort of loitering about here, caught in sort of no man's land. But as soon as Munich is taken, we might even launch an attack into Venice here with some of these forces here, and even divert some of these forces away. Once we've dealt with the initial thrust into the Balkans, we've got these forces as well here, which we could always earmark to Venice, but I'd rather clear up the Balkans. I think that'd probably be the best route for us. Let's end the turn here. Let's see what happens. I hope everything finds you well, my friends. And again, I apologise for my lack of videos and lack of presence. I don't usually let things or illnesses don't usually lay me low, but this one did really hit me pretty hard. And now, where are you going? Britain? No, of course, Sweden has been a real thorn there in this British side. France has got plenty of forces. I don't see why they don't go, unless they're not at war with Spain anymore, which could well be it. Germany. What will Germany... wait a minute, sir. I don't like the look at that. Are they reinforcing Munich here? What are they doing with? Are they just reinforcing here, or are they going? Looks like they're reinforcing Munich, and also reinforcing the defences here in the Balkans. It's going to be a heck of a tough fight here. Look at that. Right on our doorstep there. Yes, we're going to have continued reinforcement moving in the Balkans. We're going to have to move against them pretty quickly. But again, they've got these forces sort of moving. And look here on the back line here. And moving more forces from Minsk. This is the problem we face. Fighting on multiple fronts. My greatest fear is Spain joins the war at some point. Then we really will be pushed up against it. We've got the spy here. It's going to keep an eye on things for us there. We need more spies. The council has requested more spies. And they're also reinforcing the Balkans here in Bosnia. Oh, they trained Munich. Oh, wait a minute, sir. Look at that. They're going to head for Gdansk. I can absolutely guarantee you that force will move towards Gdansk. I'm an Empire. Right, well, oh, look at that, they've increased it. Where are they getting it? Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Wait just a minute, sir. Look at the forces here arrayed here. Where are Russia getting these? Well, I mean, they move square on against us here. I mean, alright, their forces are not at full strength, and thankfully they're not dragging all these forces in. But my goodness me, they're going to test our resolve here. We might have to move General Kromer's forces. We might even strike for. We might have to strike for Vilnius. Before we do that, we're going to stand tall here. We're going to General. Oh, look at that, General Bugart here. Bugart here. What a fight! Now, what do we need coming? Oh, definitely this army first. And cavalry is a must. So we're going to have our cavalry coming in. At least our heavy cavalry. But they're not at full strength, as you can see here. Some of these forces really have already taken a beat. This is our problem. We are also not at full strength here. We have to fight with what we've got here. And what else do we have here? We've got 3 regiments at full strength. Perfect. I think we're bringing more infantry first. We're going to take this fight. This is probably the main battle of this campaign, of this episode. I wasn't expecting this. I didn't think the Russians would be so aggressive. But they've proven us wrong once again here. We can't underestimate them at all. We really can't. Perfect. We'll have these gentlemen coming on. Hopefully by then the battle will be won. We're not going to take any chances here at all. Got a full complement here. We'll also bring on our cavalry just to aid. We'll keep these gentlemen in reserve because, to be honest with you, they're not going to be ready to do very much for us. That's the battle. We're going to take this battle straight away. Look at that. Thankfully we've got a full complement here, but we're going to be attacked immediately by these 2 forces. But we've got plenty of firepower. Look at the firepower on the show here. It's going to have to be a strong defence with plenty of defensive sort of movement and mobility. Let's take the fight. The Battle of Poland begins already. My goodness me, I didn't expect them to move that quickly against us. We just have to take the fight here. The Russians really have been incredibly aggressive there. We're going to have to get General Kromer's army group into position and take the fight. And we'll have to take Vilnius. We'll have to take Vilnius. We've got to cut off that supply of troops they've got there. Otherwise we're going to be fighting this down here for years on the border. And it's going to drain more and more of our resources away from the main fight at the moment, which is Germany. Oh, look at this. The topography here of this battlefield may aid us, but might hinder us here. We've got this village here on the right flank. We might actually, we could even use it to our advantage by pulling right back to the hill here, and it would disrupt their advance along this flank, on this right flank. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull right back here, let them come to us. Let's get them into... Right, let's get them set up here. One group, second group of foot artillery. Oh, look at that. Now that's more like it. Limber. Oh, look at that, look at that. Now that's fire support. That is fire support. Oh, look at that. We've got the combination of quicklime and percussive shell. We've also got the option of correct canister shot if they get too close, and also sharp shot. I wonder if we use the foot into the actual line and just use the howitzers behind us. I think that's what we'll do. What we'll do is we'll just group them here. Put them over here. We'll use these gentlemen here as our main battery here, and we'll put these gentlemen in the line itself to use the canister shot and the shrapnel shot if they get too close. Got General Bukert here. Look at that. I think once General Chroma's forces move into position, I think then we'll be able to take the fight, and we've got 2 lots of sharpshooters which will come in handy for us. Let's set up a defensive line here. Not too forward here. We've got, as you can see here, we do have trenches and cavalry traps. Now I think we'll put our first artillery here. Perfect, absolutely perfect there. Just offset slightly here. We've got to watch out for this. We're going to get trapped in fighting in the village here. That really would not suit us well at all. I think we have another artillery here. I would put them. I would put them thus, especially if they're fighting within the line, because we don't really need. I mean, it's going to limit their scope. It's going to limit their scope of fire. However, it will give them greater protection. Since we've got them dotted along the line here, I think I'll keep them in this. I know it's going to limit their scope of fire to this circumference here, but still, we've got these gentlemen then to do quite a lot of damage behind them as well. Now let's give them plenty of defense here. Like it, just a slightly offset back here. Now fight it. We don't want a cannon in the village here because that's not good. We just can't have the cannon here, so we might set another cannon here, the last of the cannon here. Here. More like it. We've got that crossfire here between the two of them. They're here. Okay. Look at that. That's a tight defense there, sir. Right. Let's make sure this left flank is at least well protected. Oh, look at that! Straight on right on the border here. But we got, that's a strong defense. Look at that, especially what we got coming up against us now. Have they got? Wait, I wonder where their reinforcements are coming in. That's the bit, probably from directly behind. So we've got to really seal down what we've got here. We've got cuirassiers, another regiment of foot here. Now this flank's going to be pretty much isolated. We're just going to ice. We might have some cavalry traps here just in case they're trying to outflank us here. We're going to try and put another force here. I'm not sure if we might get a reserve out of it, but still. Right, I think that's a pretty strong defense at the moment. We've got these gentlemen as well. We'll try and put the sharpshooters here. And oh, look at that! I think so, sir. Oh, look at that, what a wonder. Light infantry mode. We should have sharpshooters here as well, indeed. Again, we're going to lay them, not lay them, but place them where they can do as much as they can. Look at that. Bit of we'll just put them here just to get that that balance. That's more like it. So give ourselves an extra depth of layer of defence here. We do have Cuirassier, we do have a regiment of, we'll keep one regiment in reserve like we always try to do, depending on what flanks can take the hardest hit. We've got cavalry now. Thankfully we've got 4 regiments of cavalry, all Cuirassier, all heavy cavalry. Oh, look at this little hamlet here as well on the outskirts of that village. We've got to be careful what we're doing here. Put these gentlemen here, but they will be mobile, I can assure you of that. Again, we're going to put them on this, just behind the small outcrop here. As you can see, absolutely tight defence here. Tight defence. Because we weren't expecting the Russians to move in so hard against us here. So you can see, this hill is now ours. We've effectively got control of the hill here. We've got this wonderful battery here behind us. We've integrated the foot artillery into the line. We've got mines. We've got light infantry to cover and give that extra layer of defence. We've got the village, which we're going to use to protect and guard our right flank if possible. Plenty of cuirassiers, that heavy hitting horse to be mobile for us. You look at that. The American flag will still be flying high over this hill long after this battle is gone, believe me. We've got reinforcements, plenty of reinforcements, but the Russians are not to be underestimated. Let's begin. There they are, sir. We're going to put them, we'll keep them independent here. Guns are already firing. My goodness me, look at that. Oh, look at that, what a hit there, sir. It's time we got the cavalry moving. We can't be sat here. We've got to be able to flank here if possible. Artillery's opening up. Luckily, just as well we put these forces on the Russian border, because otherwise we wouldn't have, if we didn't have this army group on the Russian border, we would be in big trouble, because they'd have moved against Warsaw already probably. So these are the forces that are holding back the Russian forces from Warsaw. Steady now. Let's move. Let's go. Let's take a look at this. What a defence. What a fight this will be, sir. Oh, the US flag, sir, will be hoisted high on this battlefield. Mark my words. Now these Streltsy, they are tough as nails. They really are tough. You mustn't underestimate what we're up against here. They're starting to move against us now. Getting themselves into line. We've got to be ready here to strike this flank. We have to be, sir. Double time. Here they go. Here we go. Oh, these guns have opened up now. Here they come. What a fight this is going to be, my goodness me. This is going to be a brute, sir. Gonna have to strengthen this flank here for definite. Double dive. Steady out, steady out. Into the forest. Look at that. It's absolutely wiped out, so the grenadier is almost gone. Patience, my friends, patience here. That's a lot of horse. Steady lad, steady now. That was a nice shot there, sir. Grenadiers gone. We got rid of the grenadiers at least. Let's hit them here with shrapnel shot. Oh, look at that. Oh, they've taken a heck of a look at that water. We've got to break this flank here. These Streltsy will cause absolute havoc to us. Steady lad, steady now. We've got to use the cavalry at our advantage as well. obviously shattered here. Pull them out. We've pulled them all over the place here. What a shot there, sir. Come on, gentlemen, think now, for goodness sake, sir. Oh, water, look at that, broken. Shattered, please, gentlemen, shattered. We can actually send a message here. Get some shrapnel on them. Here come the additional forces. We've got to take care of these howitzers. Forest, didn't expect that, sir. as we suspected. Join in. Get in there, lads. Get in there. Get out, lads. Get out of there. Have some of that, you fiends. What a fight, what a fight we've got. Look at this defence, it's absolutely rock solid, sir. Everyone is performing exactly as they should. We've even saved the cavalry here so we can move in against these fiends here. There's more reinforcements coming in here off the line. Here they come. Oh, it's a minute, sir. General Gallimore. Safety if you would please, sir. I knew it, they're going to try and stop us here.
Following orders.
Double time. Got to get to the safety defences here. You dare. That's more like it. That canister shot gave him a real thrashing there. They've gone. What a fight this has been. What a fight. Let's just move along the road here. That's an absolute obliteration. A complete obliteration. They're going to try and hit that force there, they were, but not a chance. Grenadiers. This fire support has been exemplary. You're not looking so fresh now, are you, sir? What do they still have here? We've managed to clear the road here. But they've got these spikes, these digs here. We've got a regiment of horse. They're firing here, these 6-pounders, but they're starting to move more additional forces in here. Like it. What the blazes are you doing, sir? Get. Time, lads, get those stakes up. Oh, what a shot, sir. My compliments to the chef. Defense has been absolutely rock solid. Get those stakes installed, sir, and do it forthwith. Look at this defense. Now they know what they're up against. Now they know what they're up against. It's not a pretty sight for them, is it, sir? That's 2 Russian armies against 1 US army. We've absolutely sent them a clear message. There they are. You're the forward advance, you're the forward defensive line. Look at that. Thank you. carriers here that are helping us, but they're going to start hurting us here. We've got to be careful we don't lose our general here. Gonna have them step back just a fraction here behind the wall. Aha! You wanted to fight, so then we'll oblige. Here they come, here they come. Oh, what a shot, sir. It's a devastation, it's absolute devastation. Let's keep firing. This line will not break, it will not bend, it will not yield. Not even a foot, sir. Russia tests American resolve. American resolve is not found wanting at all. Look at this shrapnel shot here, absolutely just chipping away at them here. The morale. Oh, what a wonderful shot. Yeah, look at that. Oh. Shattered, completely gone. Got no answer for this at all. This has been a tour de force in this defensive line, it really has. I think the sharpshooters have done a huge amount of damage. We've used this here to break up the sort of attacking line. That's a joy to see. Absolute tough as they come. Will they step on the mines? Will they step on the mines? Oh, look at these mines here. Will they step on the mines? Will they step on the mines here? Be hit by a double whammy. Canister shot. Oh, look at that. Oh, no, they won't. The firepower here is just unsurpassed. Oh, this is brutal. This is absolutely brutal. Obliterated here. We're going to just obliterate them now. Oh, they've had a rest. Cut them down, lads. Kill them. I think it's time to move out some of these regiments. Take the fight to them. Clear this battlefield. Let's clear this battlefield, gentlemen, please. Through that tree line. Look at that, caught them on the hop. battlefield is now cleared. Gentlemen, this is not a Sunday jaunt. Don't let them escape, don't let them escape. Battlefield here, it's been an absolute obliteration. Got plenty of stake here, we've got to be careful. Those hussars are a menace. Keep them pinned down. Oh, what a shot, sir. Infantry on the way. Of course you're tired, sir. That's what you trained for. Move. Don't you slow even for a second, sir. You've committed, now you pay the price. Hold that square. Hold the square, gentlemen, please. So they've had enough. Yes! What a fight, my friends. What a battle that was. That showed the Russians what they have to do to even get through. Look at that. We lost 563 men. We killed 3,177. Now that's a fight. look at the 24-pounder. Look at the 24-pounder, yes sir. Look at the sharpshooters right up there. Cuirassiers did a wonderful job. What a fight that was! Oh my goodness me. Coming back for more, it would seem. But that will be the fight for next episode, my friends. Thankfully, this force is still in good shape, especially with the cannon. But we've got plenty of reinforcements. Looks like they're going to throw everything they can at us here, which will open up the doorway to Vilnius quite nicely for us. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. Hope you've enjoyed it. Again, apologies my voice and any other weird sounds I might be coming from me. Hope you've enjoyed this episode, my friends. As always, please keep your comments coming down below. They've actually formed the whole basis, the blueprint for this entire campaign. But whatever you do, my friends, please be safe. And until next time, bye for now.